Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to a news cycle on Global Television coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agmofwegbe. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nightcomsat. President Bola Tinubu says his administration will support initiatives to promote security within the Gulf of Guinea. Represented by National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, Tinubu spoke at the opening of the 8th Symposium of Heads of Navies and Coast Guards in the Gulf of Guinea on the maritime environment in Nigeria. The president stated that the Gulf of Guinea has become the main transit hub and facilitator for Africa's economic growth, noting that the region has vast oil and natural gas reserves, supplying about 10% of global energy demand, with significant qualities and quantities consumed in Europe, North America, and Asia. President Tinubu further noted that regional and global collaboration is critical in unlocking the immense potential of the blue economy in the Gulf of Guinea region. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Jamil Abiola as a Senior Special Assistant on Linguistics and Foreign Matters. Secretary to Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, said Jamil served as Special Assistant to the President on special duties in the Office of the Vice President. Tinubu tasked the appointee to work closely with the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs and bring his wealth of experience to bear in his new assignment. The former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, has been remanded in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, following his arraignment for alleged money laundering allegations. Justice Marian Aneni remanded Bello and adjourned the matter to December 10 for ruling after the lawyers in the matter argued the bail application. The defense counsel, Joseph Daudu, SAN, asked the court to grant bail to the former governor as the alleged offenses were bailable. President Bola Tinubu and First Lady Oluremi Tinubu have departed for France on a visit at the invitation of French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife, Brigitte Macron. The president will be welcomed to the historic 350-year-old French Military Museum in Les Invalides and the Palais d'Elysée by the Macrons for a series of ceremonial events which will lead into bilateral discussions. This is contained in the posts made on X, November 27, by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on social media, Olusegun Dada. The mayor of Uroboland and head of the Association of Urobo Mayoral Family Crown, Shanekbe Israel, has commended President Bola Tinubu and Chief Group Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Engineer Melekiari, for the successful commencement of petroleum product loading at the Port Harcourt refinery. In a statement following the announcement of the refinery's resumed operations, Akpodoro described President Tinubu as a jinx breaker who has achieved what previous administrations could not. He expressed optimism that with the refinery's operation at a capacity of 65,000 barrels per day, Nigeria's energy crisis would ease and market forces might drive down fuel prices. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command says it is deploying additional personnel and equipment for patrols, stop and search operations, and surveillance throughout the Federal Capital Territory. The statement issued by SP Josephine Ade, Police Public Relations Officer at FCT Command, says the initiative aims to combat rising incidents of one-chance crimes and car theft. It says it will be impounding vehicles without registration numbers with only one plate or using defaced plates. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has debunked his death rumors making the rounds on social media, saying he is alive. The ex-president, who wondered why some people would wish him such, said he quickly informed his family members that he is healthy. Obasanjo stated that during the inauguration of the old garage Okefia Lameko dual carriageway in Osogbo, Osun State, one of the projects being inaugurated to commemorate the 2nd anniversary of Governor Ademola Adeleke. The federal government has tasked stakeholders from the justice sector, law enforcement agencies, and civil society organizations to support measures geared towards putting an end to the practice of torture in Nigeria, in line with the United Nations Convention Against Torture and the operational protocol to the Convention Against Torture. Solicitor General of the Federation and Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Justice, Beatrice Jediagba, represented by the Chief State Counsel and member of the National Committee Against Torture, Dr. Omozoji Okubo, made the call in Abuja in her remarks at the sensitization and advocacy session for law enforcement agencies, ministries, departments and agencies, and relevant stakeholders. She urged the stakeholders to collaborate and speak with one voice against the perpetrators of torture and other cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatments meted out to persons, especially those in detention, which is against the law and the legal instruments of the country. Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission has discovered warehouses where federal government palliative rice of 50 kg are being rebagged. The rice with the inscription "Not for sale" and a picture of President Bola Tinubu were being rebagged around Kano Western Bypass. Muhuyu Remigado, who led the raiding operation, says about 28 trucks of rice worth more than 1.4 billion naira were uncovered. The Nigeria Data Protection Commission (NPDC) and the National Insurance Commission (NICOM) have signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen data protection and privacy in the insurance sector. The agreement was signed in Abuja by Dr. Vincent Olatunji, the National Commissioner of the Commission, Olusegun Omoshehin, Commissioner for Insurance and Chief Executive Officer of NICOM, to formalize the working relationship between both entities. Nigeria Data Protection Commission has been working with NICOM to deepen data protection and privacy in the sector. Edo State's Governor Monday Okpebholo has approved free bus services for the people of the state through Edo City Transport Service. Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Fred Itwa, says the initiative is part of the Okpebholo administration's drive to entrench his policy direction. The free bus service, the government says, will cover Benin Metropolis and 3 senatorial districts of the state, intra- and intercity routes, and is part of the governor's commitment to enhance the welfare of all Edo people. Now let's turn to Imo State, where the government says it has approved the implementation of a 70,000 naira minimum wage for workers in the state. This comes as part of efforts to align with the federal government's directive on wage increases and improve workers' welfare. Imo State correspondent Samarachi Ibe has the rest of the story.
Governor Hope Uzodinma has taken a significant step in improving the welfare of Imo State workers by approving the payment of 70,000 naira as a new minimum wage. The decision followed the recommendation of a committee comprising representatives from the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC), the Trade Union Congress (TUC), and other labor unions in the state. Speaking during a meeting with union leaders, the governor noted that the consolidated salary earners already on 70,000 naira would receive an additional 10% increment.
Our decision to implement the new minimum wage of 70,000 naira, and in addition, having discovered that those on consolidated salary package are all above 70,000 naira, to approve the 10% increase to their salary package.
Governor Hope Uzodinma also approved the implementation of promotions for state workers and announced a raise in pension allowance for retirees along with their inclusion in the state's free health care insurance scheme.
Approved the immediate implementation of financial effect for all promotions that were carried out recently, and we promise to review pension allowances as soon as we conclude the audit. We are committed to making sure our workers are happy and our pensioners who born to their youth serving Imo State are adequately rewarded.
Labour leaders in the state expressed their gratitude to the governor. The chairman of NLC in Imo State praised the administration's commitment and assured workers' dedication in return.
I want to sincerely appreciate you. I want to say God bless you. The workers of Imo State, well, thank you. We appreciate you. We will show you that we love you. Not that you are sure that they are going to implement the 70,000 minimum wage. You also added a lot of legits into it.
The signing of the 70,000 naira minimum wage into law marks a significant milestone in Governor Hope Uzodinma's administration, demonstrating his dedication to enhancing the life of Imo State workers. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Thank you so very much, Amarachi. Chairman of the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, Kaduna Polytechnic Chapter, Abubakar Abdullahi, says the union will shut down all polytechnics nationwide by December 2nd due to the federal government's alleged failure to meet its members' demands. He noted that the government had failed to address the issues. According to him, on October 6, 2024, the union's leadership issued a 15-day ultimatum to the federal government outlining pressing demands aimed at resolving the systemic challenges that hinder the progress of polytechnics across the country. Speaking at a news briefing in Kaduna State, the chairman listed some of the demands to include swift release of the second tranche of the Needs Assessment Intervention Fund, immediate implementation of the approved 25% and 35% salary review across all public polytechnics, and the payments of accrued arrears. You're watching the live broadcast of News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. When News Cycle returns shortly, Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service says Nigeria needs more taxpayers and not new taxes. We'll let you in on that, as well as bring you more of foreign and sports stories after this short break. Please do stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Now time to talk business. After 7 postponements, the Port Harcourt Refinery Company has commenced fuel production, promising a daily supply of about 200 trucks as about 1 million liters of refined products were released by the plant. The National Petroleum Company Limited unveiled the refinery, saying the old facility, which has a capacity of 60,000 barrels per day, had been revamped and upgraded with modern equipment. It says the newly rehabilitated complex of the old Port Harcourt refinery is currently operating at a refining capacity of 70% of its installed capacity. Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Zach Adedeji, has stated that it is seeking to bring more people into its tax net to resolve the revenue problem plaguing the country. Adedeji, who was speaking at the second annual national dialogue of the NPO reporters in Abuja, says the service is not looking to increase the tax payable. Adedeji, who was represented by Director Intergovernmental Affairs Sumaru Idris, stated that the country is having an infrastructural deficit across all sectors, which needs intervention, but the government cannot do that with the current level of revenue streams. The chairman expressed optimism that all critical government revenue generation agencies will surpass their revenue targets before the end of the year. No fewer than 25 state governments will be beneficiaries of the newly approved $500 million World Bank loan to improve water resource management for hydropower and irrigation. This was as the government, through the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, as well as Ministry of Power, signed a memorandum of understanding with the World Bank for the implementation of the Sustainable Power and Irrigation Nigeria project. The signing ceremony was attended by Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsef, and Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu. Elsewhere, Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has called on Lagos State to take the lead in expanding Nigeria's economic base, emphasizing the state's unique role as a driver of the nation's economic growth. Speaking at the 2-day Eco Revenue Plus Summit themed Unlocking New Revenue Streams for Lagos State, Edun, who was represented by the Chief Executive Officer of Nigeria's Ministry of Finance Incorporated, Dr. Armstrong Takang, stressed the need for Lagos to adopt innovative strategies that go beyond traditional tax compliance measures. The minister urged the state to focus on policies that would expand its economic base rather than solely relying on tax revenues. On the foreign scene now, China and Mexico have lashed out after President Donald Trump threatened to begin his presidency with an immediate trade war against the top three United States economic partners. Trump made his threats on social media, announcing huge import tariffs against neighbors Canada and Mexico and rival China if they do not stop illegal migration and drug smuggling into the United States. China stated that no one will win a trade war, while Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum warned that for every tariff there will be a response in kind. Police say 6 people have been arrested in London for suspected activity linked to the proscribed Kurdistan Workers' Party (PKK) as part of a significant counter-terrorism policing operation. 2 women and 4 men were detained under the Terrorism Act 2000, the Metropolitan Police said, but there is not believed to be any imminent threat to the public linked to the probe. The PKK is a separatist movement seeking an independent Kurdish state in southeast Turkey. It is banned under British law and is also considered a terrorist group in Turkey, that's according to the United States and the European Union. Now let's get you into the ever-exciting world of sports. The highly anticipated 2024 Abuja Carnival Polo Tournament is set to kick off in grand style during the first week of December, running through to the 3rd week at its iconic venue, the Guards Polo Resorts in Asokoro. Unlike previous editions, this year's carnival, the organizers say, as Polo Fiesta will be an exclusive affair featuring only Abuja-based teams and horses in a thrilling local derby. The competition will see these teams battling fiercely for 4 major trophies and several subsidiary prizes, ensuring an exciting spectacle for fans. The tournament centerpiece is the prestigious President's Cup with other coveted prizes, including the FCT Minister's Cup and the Guards Brigade Challenge Trophy. Let's turn away from polo now. 2 Super Eagles strikers are on Manchester United's 4-man shortlist to improve their goal scoring under new head coach Ruben Amorim. The Red Devils have scored only 13 times in 12 Premier League matches played so far. According to Sky Germany, entrant Frankfurt forward Omar Mahmoud and Galatasaray Victor Osimhen are the leading contenders for a move to Old Trafford. And that's all I have for you here on News Cycle, but a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV, channel 365, Star Times 276, and free to air on Nightcomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms, now showing on your screen, including at Global TV NG. I am Muyi Agumofwegwe. Thank you so very much for watching. We will see you again.